Have you heard anything about this, Rick? Matt in Benton says rumor is the ball team couldn't leave for Kentucky due to weather.
We asked that question early. That is a rumor, obviously, but we asked that question early because it's been snowing for quite some time. A lot of times if the team knows the forecast, they will adjust and say, okay, got in practice early, figure out a way to practice there. Or somebody might have said, hey, the runway is going to be okay. They usually fly out of Drake Field with a charter plane rather than XNA. They could actually go to XNA, which probably would have a better chance of having the runways cleared, so I don't know that yet. But I've got to say, again, my wife, it took her a long time to drive from Bentonville to our home this evening because the roads are very slick. Our temperature hasn't been above 20 degrees today, so I guess that is possible. Again, if they could get to XNA tonight with a charter plane, that'd be the best way to go. If they can't, game's early tomorrow. It's not, a lot of times you can fly the day of the game, and that's going to be fine. Arkansas has had that happen before. We talked about the 1984 game against North Carolina. The Hogs flew that morning from Dallas to Pine Bluff to play, and it was a horrible flight. And they got there about 2.5 hours before the game. I remember a game in 1979. Arkansas played North Carolina at Greensboro. Razorbacks got to Atlanta, and Atlanta was fogged in. They had to spend the night in Atlanta. They were flying commercial that year, so they couldn't get to Greensboro that day. They ended up getting a commercial flight, landed in Greensboro about 2 hours before the game and played. So it can be done. Mm-hmm. So we're just addressing that as a possibility, but we don't know that for sure.
Well, our producer, Damon, is a weather expert. I got a feeling he's kind of doing some research for us here.
Yeah, it would probably depend mostly on the visibility on the runway, of course.
Yeah.
Once you get aloft in this stuff, it's mostly evaporating before it hits the ground. Although in northwest Arkansas, you are probably seeing it come to the ground. But as you fly out further to the east and maybe get into some drier area, it's possible that what you'll do is get off that ground up there, get up aloft, and get above that, and you might have a pretty smooth flight after all.
Yeah, once you get above it, that's the key, but you got to get above it. That's right.
Keith Lee Service Company live fan feedback. Hunter in Conway says, as Cleveland goes, they have been so much better with the addition of Mozgov. The team has turned around since he showed up. Billy and Brian says, King James is awesome. Best since Jordan. Had to get that
Best
in.
since Jordan. I'll agree with that very much. With that, it's a great night to go away. Enjoy your weekend. Marcus Elliott, Rick Schaeffer, we've enjoyed being with you tonight on Drive Time Sports.